What I want to do is continue edging. I've got some red oak here we need to edge, and so we'll get that back up on the sawmill. If you would have seen one of my previous videos, it was one of my first go-arounds with edging, and I can say a board edger would certainly be my preference. I don't have a board edger, so we're gonna do some edging on the sawmill. Now there's a few things I think I forgot last time that I'm gonna try today, and it involves these toe rollers here, board rollers. And you'll see what I'm going to do with that in just a minute. We'll get those lifted up there. I've got a few more over there to edge, and then we'll be back to the logs. So Well, we got some red oak boards ready to be stacked up. I'll get that done here in just a moment. We've got some edges all neatly piled, and that's certainly different than what you're used to seeing. I haven't been using this steel rack much, but now that the snow's gone, I can move stuff around a bit easier. I think what I'll do, I'll have more of these racks ready to go. Maybe some for lumber, some for edges, some for slabs, and then I can get in there with forks, move stuff around without just piling it on the ground. Now, at this area back here, I need to clean it up, as you can tell, but looking around the forest, I certainly have other cleanup to do as well. But in this area, I want to get these stumps out of here, get them ground down. Trees like this, where the tops broke off, or that, you know what I mean. Those ones which have the tops broke off, we'll get those cut down, and then we'll have a bigger area to work and process material. In terms of the workflow here, it pretty much goes like this. I'll skid the logs into there. They'll go up onto the log lift, onto the sawmill. Then all the material, waste and lumber, comes off the back. So this will be a bit of a processing area. And then the machine, like the mini skid steer, the tractor, can lift up what I need. And then I can take lumber, pile it in there, and I'll also probably have some other spots to pile it. At this point, things are in such disarray because of that ice storm that rolled through that I've got debris everywhere. So I know it seems like I should be organizing things. It's just, what do you do first? It's so overwhelming. You just do what you can, and that's all you can do, and I'm doing that. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. One thing I'll say about edging boards, this certainly makes it easy, but it's not as easy as a board edger. And so if I could have another piece of equipment, I'm sure I've said that many times before, a board edger would probably be it. I could take the full log, slab the entire log, and drag it off the back, the slabs that is, run it right through a board edger that I could set up right here, and then just a bit further back I'd have the finished product. Would certainly save some time, although as I get more experience with this sawmill, I'll probably be a bit faster at edging on it. For now though, I'm a rookie, that's for sure. And so you probably saw me doing stuff, and if you're experienced, you scratch your head wondering why. It's because you don't know what you don't know. And I don't know it. Soon though, hopefully. And hopefully you come back and join me for that. As always, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it the old like-a-roo. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.